Welcome to the show, everyone. Now, it happens to be that we have a lot of seniors that live here that are going to be seniors. We have people turning 65. My guest that's coming on with me first has said 10,000 a day, I think he said to me. And for anyone that is a senior, this is your season right now. My first guest is Michael Brendan, and he is the owner of BRADEN Medicare. Welcome back to the show. You have been on the show before, and I said Brendan, it's Braden.
Yeah.
Right, I want to say it right. I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself. I've learned a little bit about you from the first time that you came on, but also from what you've sent to me in the last few weeks, and it's amazing because you are so meticulous about everything, and you want somebody like that when you're doing Medicare.
Well, thanks, Carol. Good to be back with you. I think the biggest thing with Medicare that drives me and pushes me to do the best I can for people is it can be confusing.
Are you kidding me?
And so many people, you don't know if they got the right advice before, the wrong advice before. Did someone tell them a half-truth? Did someone forget a big piece of the puzzle to tell them? And we just want to make sure that we try to break it down, but make it as simple as possible so that it's easier to kind of exhale, and then you can remember and retain more of what the process is. And we try to do that just by caring a little bit more than the average bear would.
Well, you do. You sent me a lot today, this morning, and it's something that you give to all of your clients. And I want you to talk about, that because you're all about, first of all, educating and making this as simple as possible for your clients.
Medicare is special. It's important for people. It's a rite of passage that some people tread against the waters as much as they can because they think, oh, this is going to be a bad thing. But it's important to set the rest of your life up with healthcare, because without that, what do we have? And so it really is an important time for people, and we like to spend the time with them so that they understand it and they're in control of their healthcare.
Now, what I can't believe is that, people don't even realize there's people like you out there.
A lot of people don't know what a Medicare broker is. They don't know where to find one. They just think, oh, I've got to call a 1-800 number, and that's my only option.
And no, it's not a good idea. Especially, I know right now, everybody's getting inundated with television ads. Paper, it must be coming in by the droves. But what I like about the show, and I told you before you came on, is that it gives people a platform to be able to speak and have them hear you, and you're the person that they're working with, and that's pretty cool. Now, tell us a little bit about what you include in the complimentary Medicare reviews that you offer. Now, this is a free service to you folks, so it really makes sense to speak to somebody that is local here and not to call those 800 numbers for sure.
The first thing that we like to do is find out what plan people have if they already have a plan, what they like about their plan, is there anything that they don't like about their plan, and a list of their medications, if they take any. And the reason is, every year we want to review the medications, make sure we then cross-reference that against all the Medicare Part D or prescription drug plans in Arizona, and make sure that they have the right plan that's going to save them the most money, keep the most money in their pocket, and be the lowest cost to have their medications covered. Then we also will take a look at their plan, say, what do you like about it? Any problems with it? And if there's anything else that you'd like to have but maybe don't know where to go to find that, we're there to help answer those questions.
It's all about the money.
Everything is about the money. No
I
matter
agree.
what we do.
It does. Now, let me give out your information. First of all, you're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. You work statewide, and that you should check him out on his website, which is Braden, BRADEN, Medicare.com. And then you can also call him direct at 480-225-1393. Now, again, we want people to understand, you're going to get inundated. There's going to be a lot of questions. Don't ask your neighbor. don't, because we've said this before.
Don't ask your name.
No, don't ask your neighbor, but main thing too is that you have to realize what you have is going to be different than every single person out there, because you're an individual and everybody's different.
Correct. There's no one size fits all that works for Medicare. Everyone's different. Some people travel more. They want to be covered in all 50 states. Some people are going to be perfectly content to be covered at home instead of having to be anywhere else.
Well, and it never even gave that a thought. Now, you can help people like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's important. There's a lot of people that they live in dual states, right? So
Correct.
that probably happens a lot. So I have seen a copy of your patient information cover sheet that you do for your clients. Do they find that helpful?
They do. One of the biggest hiccups that happen when people first go on Medicare is the billing. And they'll go to the same doctor they've gone to for years, but now they have Medicare for their insurance instead of Cigna or Aetna or Blue Cross Blue Shield with their employer plan. And if they don't purge those records, it's not going to get sent to Medicare. So the billing can get cattywampus pretty quick.
Cattywampus.
So we try to make sure that we avoid that and give them an opportunity to have everything set up ahead of time to where their doctors know. If they're going to go see a new doctor, email it to them ahead of time. And it just makes for
That's awesome.
an easier transition for them.
So do your clients like it?
They do. That I have gotten out of any single thing that we've done, that's been the biggest. Everyone should do this.
Oh, that's awesome. Does everyone do it?
I don't know of anyone else that does it. This is just one that it's not required by Medicare. It's just one of the extra added touches that we do, and if nothing else, we'll say a value add. But I think it's important, and I think it makes it easier for people because there's so many things to think about right away. That's one they don't have to worry about. So
And
that's
they
why
just,
we do it.
do they fill it out on their own, or do you help them with that?
I send it to them completely filled out. And I
Okay.
said, if there's anything else you want to do, fine. They get it in an Excel spreadsheet.
So it's already ready for you,
Yeah.
folks.
And it's easy to update whenever you need to, or call me and I will do a new one for you.
That number to call is 480-225-1393. He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and he works statewide. It's Braden, BRADEN, Medicare.com. We have a couple of minutes, and the last time you were here, I forgot to ask you about being a CMP. That's a certified Medicare planner. And I want you to tell everybody a little bit about that.
Well, thank you, Carol. That is a certified Medicare planner. You have to be a Medicare broker for at least 7 years. You have to have that track record of having all the certifications done with all the carriers. You have to be in good standing. You can't have any issues where you have had any nicks against your license or anything like that because they dig into it. It's all about having the right ethics.
It's going the extra mile.
And being honest and being someone that people can rely on and trust.
And you are that.
We do our best.
Well, if you are this and you're a certified Medicare planner, I know there's something about Medicare. Medicare has rules to make sure that the seniors are not taken advantage of.
Correct.
Right? And being that you are that, thank you for going and getting that, because not everybody has that. But really, what's really nice is that that he's here to help you and just like a fiduciary in a way.
Correct.
Right?
Very much so.
So again, the main thing is that that this is a free service. It makes sense for you to have somebody here local who you can talk to here, and the fact that he is going to actually walk you through it before you even do it practically. He's going to have it all done for you, and if you have to change it, you have to change it with him. If you're new to Medicare, it's also, we said that before, there's somebody turning 65 every single day. So even though it's Medicare season, there's also people who are just getting on, and you can also call him too. His phone number again, it's 480-225-1393. Braden, BRADEN, Medicare.com. Hang tight, we're going to be back in just a minute. Okay, keep on talking here because we're live in the room. Okay, not out there, but on Facebook.
Okay, very good.
And so I want to kind of come back to you here. What do people, I think right now especially, because we have such a crazy time in our world right now, and what are the number one question that you get asked still, especially this year?
A lot of it is, well, Medicare isn't free. is still the number one question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think, well, I paid into it, I did all this, and they're absolutely true. It's a fact. But it's the assumption that that's our pot of gold and security at the end of the rainbow. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Part of Medicare is free, that's the hospitalization, which is great. And all you need to do is work 40 quarters in your lifetime and you qualify for that. To give people an idea, if they didn't have that, that now is about $500 plus a month just for the Part A.
Mm.
And knowing that you're going to have that for the rest of your life, yes, what you did pay in did get you something. It just didn't get you what you expected. And unfortunately, no one has a Medicare class for people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, or early 60s
Sure.
to tell them what's going to happen when they turn 65. I wish they did. I wish we could just educate people earlier on so that they know a little bit more about what to expect instead of just being a culture shock.
Right, I think that's a really good idea, you know, to have, I mean, you could even go to the schools, for God's sakes, you know, the
Absolutely.
colleges. But honestly, I think that's the biggest, I know that a lot of people think it's free, and I think this year, it might be even higher than it was even last year. That always goes up, and it's a sticker shock.
Absolutely it is. Because they think, well, what am hold on, how do I
am I
know?
gonna get that?
And then the other thing that they miss is that, you know, there's choices. Do I do Medicare Advantage or do I do original Medicare? And they think, well, there's no premium with this one. Yeah, but you pay as you go. And so sometimes.
And that's probably more money.
In the long run, it is. And most people don't look at it as, they're saying, well, no, I want to keep it in my pocket. You know, that's the way I was taught.
Right.
Which is great, but we need to do a little bit more.
Welcome back. We're live on Facebook, and I do want to say hi to everybody out there. And this show is a show where people get to come on and talk about what they do. And in my opinion, there's always somebody that maybe it's you or someone that you know, right? And right now with people who we all have seniors in our lives, you know, might have anyway. And it's something that you need to tell them about, because getting this done right also is very important. Right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you know, Michael, we were talking at the break and I asked you, what's the number one question that you get asked, and what did you say?
People think Medicare's free. And they don't know any better, they just know they've paid into it their entire working career, so they expect to have something for nothing at the end of it.
Right.
And it's tough to say, I'm sorry to burst the bubble, but Medicare is not completely free.
It's not free. It's not. And, you know, yes, they take it out of your Social Security, which I think is really nice that you don't feel it as bad, but it's still lost, right?
Right.
So, and you have to understand these things, and that's what Michael is here for, to teach you. And one of the things that you had said is it would be great if they had classes on this for people in the, let's say, 40s or 50s, where they can understand it better a little bit, instead of it being, like I said, a sticker shock to you.
I think there's a huge opportunity where we can train people a little bit more about what to expect, so it's just not as completely foreign. No one likes something that, I haven't had to think about this or even hear about it for the last 40 years. How come I'm going to hear about it and make a decision in 3 weeks?
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for a little over 10 years now.
10 years of experience that you bring to the table to make it easier for you, to help you make an educated decision.
We want to be a resource, and we want to do the heavy lifting so people can just kind of relax and not feel like they're under pressure. There is no pressure with us. We just want to get it right, and we'll do that for you.
Now, what do you see as the biggest downside to seniors calling a number that is listed on one of the most, listed on one of the thousands of Medicare commercials, we talked about this earlier, they see over the next 3 months?
You know, that's a loaded question, and I'll do my best to get through this as quickly as we can. when you see those 1-800 numbers, it's almost like a call bank. And people are calling because different insurance companies have all partnered to buy those ads.
Mhm.
And they're going to put you off to talk to a representative of a company. And these people are ruthless. They are taught, do not let the phone line go dead. And they will do everything they can to pressure you, to push you into a direction so that they can make a sale. Whether it's good for you or not, they don't care. They're just there to make the sale. They have to produce on what has been laid for them as far as having the airtime and the phone calls. And it's disheartening.
And also, it's probably just that one product, whereas you have many different products.
There are over, to give people an idea, there's over 4,000 Medicare Advantage plans nationwide, plus original Medicare. And no one, if you are not an agent of a company, you cannot legally talk or market any other company's plan. So yeah, they're calling somebody who it's that company, that's it, come heck or high water, and no one will tell them anything differently. We have the ability to tell them and talk with them and show them the differences of every plan available in the state of Arizona.
And I've seen them. I watch television, you know, and when I see them and listen, they can be very deceiving. And if you don't even realize it, and they hook you in, just like
Mhm.
anything else, right? You know, we know
Yep.
that. And the next thing you know is you're on the phone with somebody who's a professional at getting you to say, okay.
Right.
Which is not good. You need somebody like Michael. Michael is doing this for 10 years, over 10 years, and he's here to help you. It is a free service to you. He's going to make sure that you get into the right plan that is right for you, not just the one that needs to be sold.
Absolutely.
Now, again, his phone number to call, it's 480-225-1393. He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He also works statewide, and again, you can check him out on his website, which is Braden, BRADEN, Medicare.com. So the main thing that came across when you were here the last time, Michael, is that you work and the dedication to your clients seems to be like a labor of love, which I said earlier. You know, you're all about your clients, you are all about educating them and making sure that you're so, I said, meticulous, right? And you need somebody like that, especially when there's so many alphabets in the soup.
Absolutely.
So what drives you?
I just care. I care about people. I was raised that way. Both my mother and father had a strong work ethic, and I watched how my mom had her own business after my dad retired from the service, and I watched how much she poured into it, and I helped her do as many things as I could along the way, but it's building relationships, and it's having that rapport with people that means something. Whether they're going to buy something that day or not, they're eventually going to talk to somebody else who is going to be interested in a product that you may represent or that you may sell.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important that you're the first name that comes to mind, not just because of having a great experience. And the best way I can do that is to just treat people better than anyone else has ever treated them, aside from their own family, and in some cases, we'll be honest, even better than their own family.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing is that a lot of people say that when we say that this is a free service, that's too good to be true, right? But it is a free service. How do you get compensated?
Every Medicare agent or broker gets paid because there is a commission number that's built into every policy. And agents get it directly from the company because they're locked in with that company. They can't sell multiple policies. A broker is the same way. They're still an agent. So whatever was already negotiated with the state and with those insurance companies are how brokers, we get compensated. We don't charge extra. It doesn't matter if we go the extra mile or we do a couple of other things for people. That's just because it's the right way to do things and it's the right way to treat people. But it's automatically built in. So there's no need to charge for time or experience or anything else.
And what I think is great is, everybody has, especially seniors, that they have changes in their health. It can happen daily, right? Anything can happen at any time. That when you have a question and you call Michael, he answers the phone and he can talk to you. When you call those 800 numbers and you get involved with one of those, they're not going to do that. You'll never have. Go ahead.
No, you'll never find them again.
Right, ever. And it's a lot different to have somebody who knows who you are, understands everything about you, because you're gonna ask a lot of questions and make
Mhm.
sure that they, get everything covered. And you'll be able to call him and say, well, I just had to go to the doctor, they put me on a new medication, what do I do, right?
Exactly.
And then you take care of it, and that's awesome. Now, I also wanna repeat too, that not only is it Medicare season right now for anybody that's 65 and older, but somebody does turn 65 every day, and you look for those people as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, we don't wanna forget about them.
No, there's 10,000 people a day, believe it or not, over today and for the next 3 years that are turning 65 every day.
It's amazing. And you need to have this help. When do they call? When is the best time for them to call?
The window for anybody really for Medicare begins officially 3 months before their birth month. So really, 4 months before they turn 65 is the time to reach out, begin your research if you haven't already done so. But that's at least a serious time to talk about, okay, let's put a game plan in place that's gonna make it very easy to achieve and not put any pressure on yourself you don't need.
And even if you've gone up onto Google, I call it Dr. Google, you go up there and you find there's gonna be so much information that you're gonna you're gonna be even more confused. The best thing to do is give him a call. Again, it's a free service to you. His number is 480-225-1393. Michael, I had a friend tell me that they got a Medicare Part D prescription drug plan with a 0 premium. Can that be right?
It is. There's actually 2 plans in the state this year that have a $0 premium plan, and they're mainly perfect for people who don't have a medication, or they have just tier 1 or tier 2 generic medications. The companies still make money off that, but the people who really aren't using it can keep more money in their pocket. And some people will think, oh no, well just give them the $98 plan because that's gonna be better for me as a broker, as an agent. No, we just believe we can change those plans every year. Let's do what we need for this year. Let's reevaluate. If you need help midstream because something gets added, we're gonna be there for you. So that's not a problem, but we wanna keep your hard-earned money in your pocket as long as possible.
And you just made me think of something. Folks, when you are listening to these things, don't try and do it on your own, right?
There's too much at stake, and there's too many roads that you could travel, and it's just not worth it.
And
Call
there are
somebody
fines, so you know what? You can call Michael and he can talk to you. It's a free service to you, and he works statewide. It just makes sense to speak to somebody here local. He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. His phone number is 480-225-1393. Braden, BRADEN, Medicare.com.